I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one.
Matthew Stafford is a top 6 quarterback in the league. What has he done besides throw jump balls to Calvin Johnson? What has he done? He's got a new uniform now? So they're going to put him at number 8? Matthew Stafford out the list. Just take him out the list and you can throw Kirk Cousins there. Even at number 10. I'd still put him above. No, I'll leave him at number 10.
You walk in, you're going to sit here and tell me you pick Kirk Cousins over Matthew Stafford to come out of the goddamn tunnel with you, Borba? Are we being serious?
Yeah, dude. Matthew Stafford hasn't really beat.
That's like that Max Kellerman
Vikings like twice.
Matthew Stafford has kept an entire organization from being sold out of Detroit. The city of Detroit lives on Matthew Stafford. They eat because of Matthew Stafford. They still have a lion as a logo because of Matthew Stafford. That's the slander that you're putting on him, Borba, just to defend Kirk Cousins? What are we doing?
No.
Can't make me miss her, no way. Can't make me miss her, no way, hey. Can't make me miss her, no way. I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one. Get closer, I'm on one. I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one. Get closer, I'm on one, yeah.
Good morning. How it hurts so bad this morning. My coffee tastes bitter. My food tastes like shit. My shower was cold. It's cold as shit outside. My lips are chapped. I got to put lipstick, or not lipstick. Well, that's what Borba uses. I was going to use Borba in this, but I have to use chapstick as much as Borba on them thick old lips, man. It hurts so bad. I'm down. Your boy's down because the Cowboys lost. My betting was off the charts and not in a good way whatsoever. Your boy's down bad, man. I'm talking about zero in the bank account. Got to go and talk to the wife a little bit about maybe doing a possible transfer over there and, possibly being able to survive another week in the NFL world of betting, because that's where your boy's at right now, man. My predictions were way off. Everything was off. The Cowboys game was off. I was off. God damn, man, this shit hurts. It hurts bad. I haven't felt this bad in a while, especially after, even that Denver Broncos game, I was kind of like, we kind of deserve that one just a little bit. We need to get smacked in the face a little bit. But with that Cowboys game, God damn it, it hurt. And the reason it hurt was because right now what we're doing in Dallas is we're playing fucking musical chairs on that offensive line. And I think that's the problem there in Dallas right now. We think we have depth, which we do, but we don't have depth in the position where we should have it. And that's at the left tackle. We've known the history with Tyron Smith. We've known that he's injury prone. It's damn near almost expected that he's not going to make it through the entire season. And right now, when you look at it, do we really want him to come back right now, knowing that if we do rush him back, we might not have him for the playoffs? And that's where we want to get to, right? We want to get to the dance. We don't want to be sitting on the side and watching everybody else have a good time. That's not what we're here to do. And a lot of people are already counting this out, right? After this L, did we learn more about Kansas City or the Dallas Cowboys? I think we learned that the Kansas City Chiefs are the Kansas City Chiefs. I think we learned that the Kansas City Chiefs are good. That offense has always been good. It was just a matter of them putting it together and the defense finally coming as one. And Chris Jones seems to have rallied them together. But I don't know that as a Chiefs fan, I don't know that I think this team can win the Super Bowl right now. I think that's out of the question. I think there's still concerns there because it's like, Chiefs of old typically step on the throats, right? Down and out, kill them, put them away. Or actually, Chiefs of old, I lied, right? Chiefs of old normally come back from being down and then stomp on the throats there late in the games and then take them out, finish them, Mortal Kombat style. And what we saw last night or in the afternoon was Kansas City just kept giving Dallas chances. The way Dallas's defense performed was outstanding. It was incredible how good that defense played. I love it. Michael Parsons is a guy. Brennan was telling me yesterday, this might be the next Ray Lewis. And maybe I'm overhyping it. Maybe I'm being biased because I agreed with them. And I said, you're probably right. This might be the next generation of elite pass rush. Not just elite pass rushing, but Garden, great linebacker, good linebacker right now, great pass rusher. And for us to have used him at the defensive line position the entire most of the game, leading the league leads the Cowboys in sacks ever with DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware is a pretty big name, yeah? We can all agree with that. DeMarcus Ware is a dude. And I think Dallas Cowboys have one. I think Brennan was right. This might be the next Ray Lewis. This might be the next DeMarcus Ware. This guy is elite. And that's what we learned from the Dallas Cowboys. And we learned that the Dallas Cowboys don't have a shitty defense anymore. The progression has progressed and it's continued to progress. And that's missing an entire defensive line. There's a reason Micah Parsons was being used at the defensive line the entire game. It's because everybody is hurt right now. That's okay. No excuses. We have no excuses. But what I'm talking about is the bright side here, is looking down in the future, is getting to the dance, is getting to prom. That's what we're talking about here. And that's all Dallas is doing right now. This is about progression. No need to panic. No need to worry. Now, do we have problems on the offense where we didn't think we should have problems or would have problems? Yeah. And with our question marks going into that second half where you were saying, okay, let's go ahead, Dak. Let's cash that check. Because these are the games where that $40 million is coming into play, right? And a lot of people were saying that, I think. Well, before I get there, okay, so Chi says, so is the goal just to get to the playoffs? No, the goal isn't just to get to the playoffs. The goal is to get to the playoffs, though, right? For everybody. I mean, look at the Steelers, right? Right now, you're thinking to yourself, just get to the dance, because it's all about having an opportunity. It's all about who gets hot at the right time. That's the one thing we've learned from the NFL. Let's not act brand new here. That's the one thing we've learned from the NFL. Just get to the fucking dance. We've seen the Giants going into as a number 6 seed, go and take out an undefeated Patriots team because they just got to the dance and got hot at the right time, and defense was playing phenomenal when they should have been. And that's all you need. We just need to get into the dance healthy. That's what I'm saying here. Get to the dance healthy. And then let it go. Let it blossom. Let the flower go. Let the butterfly fly. And we'll see what happens. But when I'm talking about this offense here, playing musical fucking chairs, we were expecting Dak to pull a rabbit out of the hat. That's what we were expecting from him, and we didn't get it. Would I have liked to see at least one drive that gave me some type of hope? Yeah, definitely. But I don't think Dak's the problem here. I mean, I think Dak was making some plays. Dak definitely. I mean, the problem here is Dak threw 42 times, 43 times. Why? We ran 18? Why did we get away from the running game? It seemed like our coaching, I think you had to put this at the coaching and the offensive line, okay? Our coaching got away from the run. I know we were getting stuff, but that's what we do. We beat teams down. I mean, look at how Tennessee handles Derrick Henry, right? They beat teams down. They never really worry. I mean, this is obviously before Derrick Henry got hurt, but they beat teams down. In the second half, things start to open up. Lanes start to open. Holes start to get wide. I mean, come on. That's what this offensive line is built on, is running the ball. So why aren't we doing it, especially when you don't have your starting left tackle? The question mark's on the coaching. The coaching, we got to pound more watermelons, I guess. The coaching has to get better in Dallas. I mean, and I'm not saying that Kellen Moore's a piece of shit, because obviously he's good. But it's in these types of situations where people are going to open their mouths and talk that shit about Dallas being the same team, the same group. It doesn't matter how much talent they have. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to get us up here, and they're going to bring us right back down. That's what everybody's saying right now. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried, baby. We'll see you Thursday. It's a quick turnaround. No CeeDee Lamb, no Amari Cooper this Thursday. So now the offense is going to have to prep, okay? And now everybody's going to say, well, they're not playing anybody. They're the Oakland Raiders stink, right? That's okay. Go ahead. Go do what you're supposed to do on Thursday, Dallas. Go over there, put a beat down, put the smack down, and keep it moving. What else is there to say about us right now? We got to figure out the offensive line. We got to find someone that can help on the left side. Just a little bit. And I don't even know why we have not addressed this in the past. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have been saying the same shit. We know the history of Tyron Smith. It's health every time. He's one of the best in the fucking league, but just can't stay healthy. And now we need him back. And it's a pain tolerance thing. So who knows? Who knows? It seems like the drugs don't work the same anymore. Who knows? But shit, enough for the Cowboy talk. Your boy is hot. But I think we're coming. I think we're coming still. I don't think we need to worry. I think everybody that was all excited on Facebook talking about where they at. We're right here. We didn't go nowhere. We're still here. 7-3. Why are we tripping? Still leading the division. Your division's trash. I get it. Doesn't matter. Get to the dance. Talk your shit. You got a week. You got a week to talk your shit. You got 3 days. You got 3 days. Can we cover the Steelers? Let's talk about the entire division as a whole, because the entire division is confusing, right? The Steelers last night, I think, looked pretty good. I think the Steelers looked really good, actually. I think this is kind of the same thing that you look at with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, injuries in general are just fucking NFL right now. The NFL is so confusing because we don't know who's the best team. We don't know who's the team that's going to run away with it. Because last night you can't say Kansas City's the best team. You can't say fucking Buffalo's the best team. Are the Colts the best team? Is JT the MVP of the league? Like, there's so many questions to be asked. Is Arizona the best team? I mean, Kyler Murray's not even playing right now. They're still fucking winning. But let's remember, you got, like you said, TJ Watt was out, Michael was out, or Minka, Fitzpatrick are both out, which I mean, they're the two best players on that Steelers defense. And there was one play, where that play there at the end, whenever they scored quickly, the Chargers. I don't think that happens if Minka's back there. And I mean, they even said it on the telecast. It's probably if Fitzpatrick says probably not that play probably doesn't happen. And then we get to really put some pressure on Justin Herbert, which is what I was hoping for. But he delivered. So you can't. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. But with the Steelers team, I think what it comes down to is also health. And I think that's going to be the thing going on for the rest of the season for them. It's just can they get healthy? Can they get healthy? And if they do, I do like them. This team might make the playoffs. This team might. I mean, maybe I'm being dramatic about saying they might make the playoffs, because I think they should make the playoffs. But with the division being what we thought it was supposed to be, and it's not living up to the expectation, because we really don't know what the Bengals are, right? They win yesterday. Joe Burrow looks decent. But at the same time, I mean, we've seen them drop the ball over and over. And then they got problems like that offensive line as well that just decides when to show up and possibly not showing up. It just depends. They want to clock in or not. And then Lamar Jackson, I mean, that team's so hurt. They're kind of just pulling wins out of the hat also. And what's going on with his stomach? Does he still have the shits? How long are those shits going to last? And then Baker. Jeez Louise, baby. Get him out of town. Get him out of town. Cleveland, if you can wake up in the morning and tell yourself that Baker Mayfield is my quarterback and say it proudly, you have a fucking drug problem. And I don't know what the drug is. Doesn't necessarily need to be heroin. Doesn't necessarily need to be coke, ice, meth. It doesn't necessarily need to be an actual drug. It's what my friend Cheech has said before. Delusion. Delusional is a real thing. Being delusional is real. And a lot of you are probably like, yeah, you probably deal with that because you're a Cowboys fan, right? That's the cheap shot. Boom. Throw it out there. I get it. But get the fucking guy out of town. The guy's no bueno. The guy is no bueno. He's not going to do any good for that organization. I get it. They had one good season, but you can also point that to Kevin Stefanski. But delusion is a hell of a drug, and it's happening right now in Cleveland, in an entire fucking city, probably in an entire state. I mean, this is a real crisis, huh? In Cleveland, at least. I'm not going to compare it to other things that are going on in this world, but it's up there, huh? Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. And that shit's so open that the Steelers might fucking win that division. They might win it. And when they do, every Steelers fan has every right to talk that shit. Because going into this season, we said the Steelers aren't going to make the playoffs. There's no way in hell they're going to win this division because either the Browns are going to run it or the Baltimore Ravens are going to run it. And in my vomit came out of my fucking mouth whenever I said the Cleveland Browns are going to win this division. Right, as of right now, it's just vomit. That's drunk talk. That's drunk vomit. It's continuous. It's just spitting out bullshit over and over and over. And that's what Cleveland has me doing. And now I have to backtrack and get the fucking guy out of town. Because he's got a lot of us looking like fools. And he's got a whole lot of people at the dog pound. And it's not even dog pound anymore. It's dog pound, like POUND. And it's not even dog as in DAWG. It's like DOG. It's not even like Snoop Dogg, DOGG. It's just straight dog. Potentially, possibly here in the very near future, we're going to be calling it fucking Puppy Town. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad over there in Cleveland. The disappointment, this Baker Mayfield absolutely is no bueno for the city of Cleveland. With that being said, the Buffalo Bills also confusing, conflicting. Don't know what the fuck's going on out there. What the defense that we thought was going to be special has yet to perform. The offense that we thought was going to be elite has yet to show up. And now we start to question them. The Patriots are leading the division out there. Was Dan Orlowski from ESPN correct saying that the Patriots are going to have one of the best offenses in the league? He might be right. They stick to the script. They run the ball. They pound it down your throat. My only question there is what's going to happen when they play against a team similar to Dallas, right? I mean, we saw what Dallas did with them. It was a close game, went to overtime. But at what point? I mean, I get it. The Patriots been putting up points. I think the defense is always going to show up. I don't think that's ever going to be an issue for the Patriots. It's just a matter of can they really put up points against decent defenses? That's going to be the real question going forward for them. But what's confusing, like I said, the NFL is so fucking confusing because we can't really pick a winner. We can't really pick, we really don't know much. And I don't think we're going to know much until after the Thanksgiving break. I think that's when it's going to start getting real. After the Thanksgiving break is when it starts getting down to crunch time, right? December is when the elites come out. And that's what we're going to see. But for Borba to say Kirk Cousins outplayed Aaron Rodgers is beyond me. I mean, my guy, guys. What are we doing, JP? This is what I'm talking about. We can't. Borba, we're the example of fucking Twitter fingers is being exposed by you, my friend. I gave you an opportunity yesterday to bring yourself on the show and have it out and deliver. Bring the Conor McGregor energy. And what happened was, as I showed on the thumbnail, Khabib was there. Khabib Rene Magomedov. Khabib was there. So Conor McGregor didn't quite show up to deliver correctly and properly. And then seconds later, we go and tweet something, or in his case, post it on Facebook, that Kirk Cousins had a better game than Aaron Rodgers. Now we're throwing shots. Now, where was this before the game? This is what I'm talking about. This is that soft shit. Because we have a pregame show purposely on purpose so we can predict shit, talk shit, and give shit, right? And JB comes on the show yesterday and goes, well, I mean, we're the same thing. It's just, I feel really good. I think we're going to do pretty, Kirk Cousins should be driving the ball down. It just depends on the offense. It's going to depend who wins the turnover battle. It's going to come down to the turnover battle. And, That's Borba. And then the game's over. And then all of a sudden, we come flying. And then he hits us with Kirk Cousins better than had outperformed Aaron Rodgers. Guys, Aaron Rodgers went 23 for 33 threw 385 yards for 4 touchdowns. Okay. All right, cool. Now Kirk Cousins threw 24 for 35, which is okay. He had one more completion, right? But 341 yards and only 3 touchdowns. QBR was 78%, right? For Aaron Rodgers, 88.3 QBR rating. So whenever you look at individual stats, if we're going to go to a stat thing, because I'm assuming he's just talking about win or loss, right? Obviously, the Vikings won by a field goal. Should they have won by more? Probably. I think that was this should have been a coming out game for the Minnesota Vikings, and instead, I still think that you still have question marks whether or not how they will get to the dance, if they will get to the dance. I mean, I think they beat a beat up Packers team. No excuses, but you do have to address the fact that they are also missing their highest paid left tackle in Bakhtiara. And they also are missing their best cornerback and probably top 5 in the league in Alexander. And also Jadarius Smith is out, also one of the leading rushers. So so with that being said, I think you would assume that they would put up the points that they did. But in the fashion that they delivered defensively, I don't know that you can really, especially given the fact that they're supposed to be a defensive-minded team with Mike Zimmerman, which is going to also raise the eyebrows and continue to keep the eyebrows raised to get the fucking group out of town as well. Mike Zimmerman and Baker Mayfield might be sharing apartments or hotels, or they just might be having dinner or lunch together because they may possibly both be unemployed after this year. That may be 100% true. I mean, obviously, Baker's going to find another job, obviously, because there's teams that definitely don't have quarterbacks whatsoever. So that's not a question, but you get the jab that I'm throwing. But to say Kirk Cousins outperformed, I think this is crazy. What I don't like is what are we doing? What are we doing? You put a microphone to your mouth and a camera to your face for a reason, and it's not to like we make mistakes, bro, but come to the show and deliver and perform and say what you feel. Say it with your chest. I mean, you can't drive a Challenger and drive it slow, right? You can't. It's like you can't have a V8 and drive it slow, right? You got to rev it every now and then. You got to vroom, vroom every now and then, right? You can't have a bunch of muscles without flexing, right? I mean, you gotta flex every now and then. If you're swollen, you flex, even if it's by yourself. And you can't be fat and not eat, right? I mean, I know that you can't be thick and not like food, or else why are you fat for? Like, you feel me? The same shit. And JB, we host a hype show, pregame show. And we can't have the well, I think and we're gonna feel and then come after a game and then talk that shit. Nah. What we do here, and this is why I say on Rene's Rant, we keep the same fucking energy every time. Win or lose, we keep the same energy. Talking football sucks when we lose, definitely. But you got to find a way, and we got to deliver. JB, love you, dog. But but Kirk Cousins is maybe a tier above Baker Mayfield. And I mean that with the utmost respect. And cheers to that. Cheers. All right, my G's, I think that's the end of the show. I appreciate you guys joining me. Y'all keep it cool, keep it straight. And don't fuck up like LeBron throwing up cheap-ass elbows. This is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate y'all watching.